And now they have spin-offs. Hello there everybody, it's me, the Canadian Movie Buff, with a review of Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw follows the two eponymous heroes as they evade Brixton, a super soldier who is after a virus that was stolen by Shaw's sister. Fate of the Furious left the franchise in an interesting spot. The overblown action that they embraced and had become their strength was now starting to become their weakness. They would have to change things up a bit to keep the fans coming back. I think by having the globe-trotting adventures be the side series rather than the main plot is a good way to go about it. This movie is a fun action comedy, but it ultimately got me wishing that the movies would just go back to being heist movies with car races in between. All four highlighting actors are great in their own respective ways. Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham once again plays themselves, and again, it works to their advantage. The real standouts, however, are Vanessa Kirby and Idris Elba. It was nice to see all these actors come together into this melting pot that would eventually pour out these four main characters. We also have a Ryan Reynolds cameo, and let me just say he is a prime example of a celebrity cameo done right. He's one of those actors where he plays as himself. But that, and him playing an important part of the story, it's clearly he wasn't there just to have another name or a haha moment. Giving him a bigger part in future spin-offs is a must. And I may be thinking too much into this, but imagine if this had some sort of weird Hitman's Bodyguard crossover. Being directed by the uncredited co-director of the first John Wick movie, the action scenes definitely have a bit more flair and uniqueness in terms of how they're choreographed and shot. It also plays a little bit with color and lighting and how each one plays a factor in setting the mood for each fight scene. You got dark and neon lighting with confined cinematography for when Jason Statham is fighting off the stealth agents. Then you got the bright lighting and the wide shot as Brixton and his men come charging him loud and in your face. So yeah, while the action scenes are still exaggerated and continue to defy the laws of physics, they have a sense of style to them. The Hobbs vs. Shaw dynamic was already addressed in Fate of the Furious. Heck, the movie even ended with the two of them sitting down at a barbecue together. So to have it pop up here and be the main focus of the movie feels redundant. In fact, not just feels redundant, it is redundant. These guys already buried the hatchet, why are you digging it up again? Can't have a buddy comedy without some sort of conflict between the two? I get it, a conflict in how they achieve their goals, sure. Both of them not standing the side of each other, I'm not buying that. And what I liked about this movie was that the pace kept going and it rarely stopped for anything. But once it had that Kevin Hart cameo, the movie just stopped and the trance that the movie had on me was broken. Not gonna lie, I would be giving this movie a higher rating if it weren't for the Kevin Hart cameo. Just as how Ryan Reynolds in this movie is an example of a celebrity cameo done right, Kevin Hart is an example of a celebrity cameo done wrong. He's one of those actors who plays as himself, but they give him a role that's sort of like a mesh between his character from Central Intelligence with the gruff no-nonsense version of Hobbs from Fast 5. You try to create this weird hybrid and it just doesn't work. On top of that, 90% of his dialogue does nothing to further the plot. It reveals that he gets him a private jet to go someplace, and then there's a scene where he's talking to Dwayne Johnson on the phone in his secret office when it's really the bathroom. If that was the entirety of his cameo scene, I would have been perfectly fine with that. Nope. Had to draw that out. Hobbs and Shaw is a fun action comedy, but it's also a sign of the franchise getting too big for its boots. I think Fast and Furious 9 and 10 should be smaller, quieter movies that bring the series to a stop and let the crew retire quietly. While at the same time we leave Johnson, Statham, and the whole save the world aspect for the side adventures. I had fun with this, but save it for the cheap seats. Alright, that's my review of Hobbs and Shaw. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Leave your answers and thoughts in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you're new here. And as always, this is the Canadian Movie Buff saying I hope you had a fantastic weekend at the movies. See ya!